Now, I cannot remember. I need somebody to. No, Mr. Stiles, you cannot request control of the class. I'm just kidding. You probably accidentally hit that. Can somebody remind me, did we start doing any, I thought we started doing some review questions in the homework, correct? I think we did. Yes, I thought we did. And I'll go to that and we'll start from there. I do want to show you, because I have no idea. I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all right now. I will get you and the 109 class mixed up because the classes are very similar. So I'm going to need y'all to help me, kind of keep them different, okay? So if I tell y'all I said something and y'all don't remember it, chances are I probably told the 109 class on Tuesday and Thursday. So with that being said, I'm going to show you the same thing that I showed them or I showed you. I can't go to chapter contents, go down here to chapter R, and go and do the reviews. And these are just extra problems. I showed the 109 this also. I might have shown y'all this last week also. But you need to go here to get the extra help you need if you don't know how to do some of the basic review problems that are in the homework. This will not hurt your grade. It'll only help you, not help your grade. It'll help you, and in the long run, it'll help your grade because you'll make a better grade on the review homework and the review test. The first unit test is over the review and chapter 2. So you need to know the review questions. So that's how you can go there. And I'm going to tell the 109 that again tomorrow. I want to make sure that and let me tell you this, those of you heading to calculus, 80% of calculus is your mastering algebra. If you don't master algebra in 110 and 111, you're going to be in hard times in 140. And I teach that every summer. So those of you taking 110 right now, you're taking 111 next semester, I'll be teaching it in the summer. So look for me. I teach it every summer in this format from here at the Anderson campus. So anyway, let's go to the assignment and go to the Intermediate Algebra Review. It said we did about half the review. Okay, I don't know. I thought we did like 3 or 4 questions. I can't remember. So I'll just pick one, and I think we did one like that one. That's factor by grouping. I know we did one like that. In fact, that's the factor by grouping. I remember doing one like that. Reverse FOIL. We did one like that. This is a shortcut. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and write this problem down. Well, I just messed it up. What problem? There we go. Well, yeah, there it is. Write this question down, and while you're doing that, I'm going to pull up the shortcuts. What are the shortcuts, Hubert? Well, I'll pull them up in just a second. Those are the ones that some of y'all really suck at, and you refuse to learn them in high school, and they're really going to get you in calculus in this class. So go ahead and write that problem down. 25s squared minus 60s plus 36. And while you're doing that, Google up trinomial SQUARES. Well, there's 5 of them, but there's the first 2. I wanted to get all of them. Let me try polynomial perfect squares. If not, I'll just write them down. Polynomial perfect squares. Let's see if I can get all 5 of them on a piece of paper. If I can't, I'll just write them. I don't see them. Okay, and I'd rather write them myself anyway. And pull up the whiteboard. Let me pull up the whiteboard right quick. And new, and there we go. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and write down the shortcuts for you. And like I said, 80% of y'all will remember them, and about 50 to 60% of you will suck at them. All right, number 1, A plus B, quantity squared, is equal to A squared plus 2AB plus B squared. Number 2, A minus B, quantity squared, is equal to A squared minus 2AB plus B squared. Shortcut number 3 is the difference of 2 squares. A squared minus B. 4 is A cubed minus B cubed, which is or A plus B cubed, is equal to A plus B times A squared minus AB plus B squared. And 5, A cubed minus B cubed is equal to A minus B times A squared plus AB plus B squared. There are the 5 shortcuts. Now, what usually happens when you're shown those shortcuts is one person will go, okay, I need to learn these, and they learn them and there's no problem. The other person goes, well, I don't need to know these because I can do the reverse FOIL, and those are the ones that have a problem in calculus. Okay, so whichever one you are, you need to make. If you don't know how to learn, if you don't know them, then there they are right there. Okay? All right, so break up the first term. This one looks like number 1. I meant number 2, because it's got a minus symbol. It's got a minus symbol right there. Now let's check to see if the first is a square. I'm going to take my magenta, and A is equal to the square root of 25s squared, which is equal to 5s. B is equal to the square root of 36, which is equal to 6. Therefore, plug and chug into the shortcut, and we get 5s minus 6 quantity squared. You should be saying to yourself, oh yeah, I remember that. I just didn't want to do it. Or, oh yeah, I remember that. And I did do it. Those are the 2 types of students we have. So which one are you? Hopefully it's the one that says, oh, I did it and I need to do it. So that's a good test question, and you're going to be, and these shortcuts right here are going to follow you until you finish math. Whatever major you're in, they're going to follow you until you finish. So if you're in an engineering or a science major and you're going to be taking Calc 1, Calc 2, Calc 3, they're going to follow you. And if you don't learn them now, you're going to be in trouble. And take that from a person that teaches calculus. All right, next one. All right, let's try this one because it's a little bit different. I don't. And yes, you can bet your bottom dollar I'm going to test you on these. So if I give you 10 questions on the test of review, at least 5 of them are going to be these 5 shortcuts. Very, very, very important. My neck is making my head hurt. So 36s squared minus 121. Well, it doesn't look like number 1, and it sure doesn't look like number 2 because those are trinomials. So it's got to be number 3. How do you know it's not number 4 or 5? Because it's not perfect cubes. It's perfect squares. So you're going to use shortcut number 3. Shortcut number 3 says a squared minus b squared is equal to a plus b. So that's plug it into shortcut number 3, and you get 6s plus 11, 6s minus 11. Speak now, forever hold your peace. Hopefully all this is review. I don't want to go too fast, but I don't want to go too slow either. Let's see if the next one is another shortcut. Let me erase this or go to the next one. Yeah, go ahead and do this one because this one is a nested problem. Does anybody know what the word nested means? N-E-S-T-E-D? Anybody? Nested means that you've got several problems in one problem. So you might have 1 or 2 problems in one problem. Yes, multiple problems in one problem. Way to go, Miss Brunson. Dang old Death Wish, dang old Charles Bronson. Dang old, I watched Bruce Willis's Death Wish last night. That was pretty good. I liked it. Charles Bronson's famous movie was Death Wish. He made several death wishes. He was like the 1970s Clint Eastwood. Charles Bronson was. He was a pretty tough guy. I'll shut up, let y'all work. Movies are no good movies right now. Okay, if you do shortcut number 3, you're going to get v squared plus 9, v squared minus 9. But then what is v squared minus 9? Shortcut number 3 again. You're going to v squared plus 9, v squared minus 9. And v squared minus 9 is shortcut number 3 again. So v squared plus 9 times v plus 3 times v minus 3. Y'all settle down, okay? And that should be a cube. That would be shortcut number 5. And we're going to move on. Find the domain. We already did that one. I remember doing that one. Factor out of 3 up top. Factor out of 2 on the bottom. And you should get y minus 2 is going to cancel. So that leaves what? 3 halves? Should equal 3 halves. All right, try this one because this is a test question. Go ahead and try that one. And I would suggest trinomials are worthless unless you what? You factor them. So I would factor those 2 trinomials before I would do anything. I think somebody else came into the room. Miss Ogawa, did you just come in, I believe? So on the top, we've got x squared minus 5x plus 4. So that's going to break up into x, 1 and 4, 2 and 2. 1 and 4 will give us a 5 or a 3. 2 and 2 will give us a 0 or a 4. We need a 5. So that means we got to use 1 and 4. This side bottom x, and we got a 6. That's going to be 1 and 6. 2 times 3, 1 and 6 will give you a 7 or a 5. 2 and 3 will give you a 5 or a 1. We need a 5, so it could be either one. The signs are going to make a difference here. So I'm going to pick 1 and 6. So I'm going to pick a 1 here and a 6 here. This tells us positive 6. This tells us unlike sign, and that will work. And we see, take our handy dandy red pen, and the x minus 1's cancel. And that leaves you with the answer of x minus 4 over x plus 6. Should you be fluent? Yes, you should be able to do that problem without any hesitation. Maybe a little bit, but not much. You shouldn't be going, duh. Everybody should understand what I'm doing. And without anybody's input and nobody communicating with me, I'm just shooting in the dark because I have no idea, because y'all won't interact with me and give me any feedback. So I have no idea whether y'all know it or not. So hopefully we'll get to a point where y'all will talk to me, and then we'll be able to go from there. Next. Add. Got to find the common denominator. Common denominator is 18a. That's the common denominator, so I want you to do it. Get the common denominator. And then we'll do it. So we got to have a common denominator. 1 over 2a plus 8 over 9a plus 8 over a. Common denominator is 8. Two a will go into 18a 9 times. 9 times 1 is 9. 9a will go into 18a. 2 times 8 is 16. A will go into 18a 18 times. 18 times 8 is 144. Somebody help me out.
$169.
How much?
$169.
18 times 8?
Or 18 times A.
18 times 8 is what I was asking.
144.
Okay. And now we add these three up right here, and I think that's going to be 169.
Yeah, that's where I got 169.
169 over 18a. And will 18 evenly go into 169? Somebody check.
It doesn't.
You might be able to reduce it, but I doubt it.
You can't reduce.
So that's your answer. 169 over 18a. Let's see what they want. 169 over 18a. And we feel good about ourselves. All right, try that one. V minus 9 over V plus 9 plus V over plus 2 over V minus 2. Now, since everybody should have the review finished by the next class, if I don't receive any questions from the review in the next class, which is Wednesday, then I'm going on to 1.2 or 2.1 or whatever the outline says. So I'm just telling you that because that's the way my class runs. The more questions I get, the more I spend on that material within a reasonable amount of time. I'm not going to spend like 2 weeks on 25 questions. I'm not going to do that. So the common denominator of 3 and 7 is 21. So the common denominator of these two guys are these two guys mashed together. So let's Let's take our handy dandy marker and we're going to have to put them together as a denominator. So v minus 9 over v plus 9, or yeah, v plus 9 is v plus 9 times v minus 2. And if you're wondering how I got that, just remember, what is the common denominator of 3 and 7? 21. So if you got two denominators that have nothing in common, you just mash them together. V plus 9, just like we did 3 times 7. V plus 9 will go into v plus 9, v minus 2 times. So you multiply the top times v minus 2. V minus 2 will go in here, v plus 9 times v plus 2. Now, everything is over the common denominator. We can and now the top is going to be 2, let's see, it's going to be v squared minus 11v plus 18. Somebody check me. V squared minus 11v plus 18 plus v squared plus 11v plus 18. And I need somebody to confirm both of those. That means y'all have to talk to me. I know that's awful, but thank you. And take our handy dandy red pen, and the 11v's cancel. And that leaves us with 2v squared. To be or not to be? 2v v plus 9 times v minus 2. Take out, I don't think it's going to matter because, no, you can't. Well, factor out a 2, and that's going to leave you with v squared plus 18, but that's not going to do anything, so that's pretty much your answer. Now I know out of, let's see how many people I got in here. I got 21 people in here. Let me see a show of hands on how many people are rusty on this one. Okay. Okay, well then what I would do if I was you, I would do this problem and then I would hit similar problem, or I would go down some R4 problems in the chapter contents. Because I'm more concerned with the people that are rusty than I am the people that invented it, okay? Oh yeah, this one will cause you to quit. Let's go ahead and try this one. This will be our last one today because by the time we get finished, it's going to probably be close to time to go. And we're doing, that's 20 out of 25. I've done at least probably how many questions a day? 10 or 8 or 10. How many did I do today?
I wrote down 6.
6, okay. And then how many did I do the other day? What, Friday? How many did I do Friday? 4? So that's 10. I've done half your homework for you, pretty much. First thing I would do is I would put 5 over 1 on both the top and the bottom, and then multiply through by the common denominator over the common denominator. That's what I would do. Could multiply by the conjugate on the top and the bottom and use shortcut number 3, but that would be painful. I hate when you sleep on your neck wrong and you have a headache the next morning. Damn Russians. Hubert, I have a headache too. Well, I hate that. Is the sound and the video still freezing up every once in a while?
Yeah, after I answered your question, I couldn't hear you for a good minute, and then I saw the new question, so.
I'm sorry. I don't know what it could be, but I will right after this class, because I don't have clock. Well, I will send an email to IT updating them. They put in a ticket for me to check. So I'm going to send them an update and tell them that the room upstairs, there's no problem. So it's got to be something with the Polycom, because that's the only difference. Polycom is a 360 camera. The only difference in that room and this room is we'll figure it out eventually. All right, here we go. 5 over 1 plus 9 over y over 5 over 1 minus 9 over y. I'm going to take my magenta pen and I'm going to multiply by y over 1 over y over 1. Because y is the common denominator. Now, I'm going to put a baby step in here in blue. 5y over 1 plus 45, I'm sorry, no, that's wrong, dork. Plus 9y over 9 over 5y over 1 minus. We just expanded that and just multiplied the y times 5 and y times the 9. Now I'm going to take my red marker and now I get five y plus y over 5y minus 9. You could factor out a y there, but there's no use because it's not going to cancel. Or 5 minus 1, no, y, sorry. Take out a y. Well, that'd be 6y. Am I reading that right? 6y? 5y plus y is 6y. 5y minus 9. I'm going to check that one because that's a kind of an odd answer to get with this problem. So I'm going to check it to make sure that that's what they're wanting. Usually you come out with something different on these type problems. when I get lazy and I don't feel like typing, I just hit 3 and I just type it in. 5y plus 9. I knew it. Okay, 5y plus 9. Yeah, 5y plus, oh, I canceled. I see what I did. That should be 9y over y, not 9y over 9. I knew something didn't feel right. My bad. Well, I just erased it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to erase it. Can I? There we go. My y over y. So that should be 9y over y. I knew that answer didn't look right. That should be 9y over y. And the y's cancel, and that leaves 5y plus 9. My bad. This dang headache. Damn Russians. They caused it. Let's see what the next one says. We've still got a few minutes. Okay, now I think y'all should be able to do this one. That would be 1 over negative 8 to the third power. So let me erase this. And that would be 1 over negative 8 to the third power. I don't know, 8 times 8 would be negative 1 over, somebody raise 8 to the third power for me. Is it 516? What is it?
512.
512. Thank you. That's your answer there. This one you could flip over. Since you got a negative exponent, flip it over 3 over 1 raised to the fifth power. And 3 to the third power is 27, 81, 243. Somebody help me out.
That's right.
So they're just going to ask exponential questions after this, I guess. I don't know. That's 22. 23. Well, first thing you want to do is that cannot be done. You can't take the square root of a negative unless they want you to write it in terms of I. So I'm going to write I times 5. 5I. That should be your answer, because this is the square root. Remember, I gave you that rule the other day, the 5 exponential rules, and one of them said the second root of x to the first power is equal to x to the 1/2. Y'all got to remind me, what time's class over? Is it over at 10 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So negative 25 to the 1/2 power is going to be the square root of negative 25. Well, y'all know you can't take the square root of a negative number, right? So that'd be negative 1 times the square root of 25. And what's the square root of negative 1? I. And the square root of 25 is 5. And I write terrible with the mouse. So your answer is 5I. Now you're probably saying to yourself, half of you are probably saying, oh yeah, I remember that. And then half of you are saying, what the hell is I? Okay? If you don't know what I is, I is equal to the square root of -1. Okay, we're going to have to shut her down. Let me go ahead and hit end of recording and stop